away from Memorial Day, and boy, do we have a delicious recipe for today.
We do. You know, nothing is more American than root beer and ribs.
I like it.
And, you know, root beer floats, root beer ribs. This is a unique recipe. It may sound weird, but that's what I like about recipes. And the little weirder they are, the better they are. We're taking pork baby back ribs. If you want to use a pork spare rib, you can do that. These are nice. They cook nice. They're very tender. But this is 1 rack of ribs. The recipe I wrote is for 2 racks. We'll just show you how we do this with 1. And actually what we do with this, we're going to marinate the ribs in root beer.
Nice.
Nothing else, just root beer, 4 hours to overnight, however long you want it. I like it overnight because it really absorbs all the flavor, very nice. But you just open the pack, pat down your ribs so you kind of get the moisture off them. You take the root beer and you just want to pick your favorite root beer if you want. This is not a diet root beer, so there's got the sugar in there, which I really enjoy and I recommend. So you want to make sure that you cover this. Now, when you put them in there, I've got it like that so you can see them. But if you would rather, you can take these and just kind of invert them in the pan so the meat on the top really gets most of the marinade, and then you can have your rib bones up like that, however you wish to do it. So what we do is we cover these, we put them in the cooler. If you want to cut your rack in half so you have, you know, less room in the fridge, you can do that. But marinate them, and then what we do after that is we just drain off that marinade, and then we put those in the oven at 300 degrees and we roast them up till they're about 165 or better because you want them to be fork tender. What that means is when you stick a fork in the meat, it slides out without any resistance, and then that's that fall off the bone that everybody loves. So if it goes from 165 to 200, that's okay. But after that, we're gonna make a nice root beer glaze that goes with it. Again, very easy, takes about 20 minutes. We'll do it kind of quickly, and I think you'll like it.
Wonderful. We'll work some TV magic, and we'll do that in just a second. And now it's time to whip up this marinade, right? Or a rub?
Actually, this is a glaze.
A glaze, that's my next option.
That's right, that's right. It's a choice of 3.
Yes.
So this really, when it's done, basically it's just you're making a barbecue sauce. But you are cooking it. So we're gonna start with a little bit of olive oil. So to that, we're gonna start off with fresh garlic. And then, again, this is a real easy one. The secret to this is once you get the ingredients in, you just reduce the heat and let it cook. So it's so nice. To that, we're gonna add fresh onion. Again, this is a sweet onion that I put in this, which I really enjoy. You can use a red onion if you want a little more vibrant, but we're adding red wine vinegar to this, so I think that that will do the trick. But as you cook this, you can see, you can smell it becomes fragrant. You know, and that's the secret. You want to make sure things just become a little bit of translucency to them. So to that, once we got that, at that point, we're going to add to that Worcestershire sauce. And again, these are very traditional to all kinds of different barbecue sauces. We've got molasses, and that is slow as molasses going in. But molasses gives it that deep, deep flavor profile, which is so nice for this dish.
Beautiful.
So that we're going to add red wine vinegar. And then we're going to add ketchup. Oh my gosh, you can't go wrong with ketchup.
No.
So we're adding a lot of ketchup to it. And again, the same with barbecue sauce. Is very, very, you know, it's a good base to it. So we're going to add that to it. And then we've got some sugar that's going to go in there. The brown sugar is the best. This is a lightly brown sugar. It's not a real dark brown sugar, but it's very nice. We've got a lot of that going in there.
Yum. I love me some brown sugar.
I do too. That's about 2 cups. We're going to add a pinch of fresh thyme to that. Okay, and then our secret of the whole recipe is root beer again.
Nice.
Same root beer we used to marinate the ribs, same goes in the glaze. We're going to go ahead and add that to it. That's just about 2 cups. And then we mix that well, and then we reduce the heat. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you bring this to a boil. So we're cooking this, we're leaving the high heat underneath it all the time. The ingredients we're adding are room temperature. Some of them are cool, so it keeps that at a very nice temperature. But as it sits here just a few seconds over high heat, you're going to bring that to a boil. Let it boil about 30 seconds because you really want to incorporate those flavors. We're going to reduce it down to low, but you want to make sure you keep an eye on it. Takes about 20 minutes. It will thicken on its own. As it reduces the sugars, the ketchup, there's a lot of sugar in the ketchup too, it will start to thicken this. It'll become a nice glaze. You can take it down to the consistency you want, but about 20 minutes is right over low heat. And this is what we glaze our ribs with.
Perfect. And we're going to do another little TV magic and do the glaze.
That's right.
In just a minute.